This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.
Well, as he jumps in the chair. Whoa, what a game that was. What a game that was. I think that you have to say this game did turn out like we talked about in the pre-game. It was either going to be a 1-0 or a 2-0 if Ecuador hit the ground running. Ecuador really hit the ground running. Let's be honest, they played a fantastic game. I mean, if you're an Ecuadorian fan, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Ecuador, rah, rah, rah. How you feeling? This must be fantastic, you know? Must be fantastic. First game at the World Cup, boom. First game of the World Cup, boom. 3 points in the bag, boom. Top of the group, boom. 2-0. Remember I said about goal difference? I think 2-0 is a good score. 2-0 is definitely a good score. I don't know that Qatar's going to get steamrolled. Like I said, they've come up and they really did defend well, but they had no offense. They had no release ball. They had no possession. I'm not going to give you the possession numbers. Go online, check out the stats. If you want the stats, go check the stats out. It's a little one-sided. It's like they needed to hold up a sign saying one-way traffic because it was all going one way. Bless their hearts. The Qataris, you put on a great show. The stadium looked fantastic. Opening ceremony is beautiful. And the fireworks. I loved it all. But this is about football. And this is about reality check. And check out some pictures now from the game. But I'll give you the details before we get there. But the goal that was disallowed early on in, Valencia should have had a hat-trick today. Then he gets the penalty on 16, and then that header on 31, bang! You should have seen that. I know you did, but if you didn't, highlight reel that goal. The second goal of the World Cup so far. There's only been 2, but gotta say, Ecuador, you got to be feeling damn good right now. And don't be so down, Qatar fans. It's a reality check. Check out a couple of pictures. And just like it says there, Valiente Victoria, Ecuador. Sounds rather good, doesn't it, eh? Now, those pictures there, hands in heads, the fans, yes, that's how they're feeling right now. Ecuadorian fans are like, whoa, couldn't be better. Muy bueno. And the referee had a great game too. The crowd was fantastic. The whole show was great. And like I say, fireworks, opening ceremonies, the first game of this tournament. I think we did very well on game 1. And although you lost Qatar, you know, you got to say, you've put on a great show. So keep putting on a great show. Keep being the great host that you're going to be, that you are, and have the Qataris enjoy all the games they can. Ecuador, 2-0 on the day. Qatar set up in a 3-4-3, which really surprised me. I thought they'd be coming with a 4-4-2, but Ecuador came with a 4-4-2, and it gave them the width that they needed. But 3 at the back. Mr. Sanchez, you saw the picture. He's looking down. Take another look. He's still looking down. But 3 at the back, I don't know if that was the right tactic. I mean, game 1, you've thrown it all away. Yeah, game 1, you threw it all away. 4 at the back is what they needed. They didn't have it. And I tell you what, you got to say it is what it is. But on the centre spot, we're going to focus on the centre spot right now. Centre spot is a little bit cruel on Qatar, really. It's all about the possession game. It's all about having a release. In these competitions, if you don't have a release pass, you're going to be on your own goal line all game, as you saw with Qatar. So reality check is possession game. Qatar had no possession, had no play, couldn't get that release ball. And when they did, it was always the long ball. Yes, they nearly got a goal on the 49th minute as we were creeping out of the first half. And that header should have been put away in front of goal. And if you noticed, the release of that cross was brilliant. He didn't take another step. He didn't take another touch. Didn't take another look. He just whipped it right in. As soon as the ball came to him, he whipped it right in. Look for that tactic moving forward. I think that's something that other people may key in to get that ball earlier into behind the defensive line. But on the day, possession. Qatar had no possession, no release ball, and that's the reality why they were hemmed in or boxed in, as the picture shows you, all game long. Because you've got to have a release ball to get yourself moving up the field and get the team out. And the team never got out for Qatar. And that's really the reality of the game. And it could have been more than 2-0, but Ecuador hit the ground running And that's a great way to start the competition. You can see the group. Ecuador sitting on top, owning the group. Now, let's go to the fun facts, and we got another World Cup story for you. You're going to love this one. Oh, you really will. And it's going to be another edition coming up in this World Cup. Listen to this. At France 1998, there was a game at the World Cup in 98, France 98, that raised eyebrows around the complete world. Maybe the universe is outside of ours, but this game I'm talking about was USA taking on Iran. Yeah, two teams, two countries that literally hate each other's guts every day, every week, every year for decades. But on this day in France, in Paris, the game went ahead. France and the USA. The stadium was locked down. Security was heightened for fear of a terrorist attack. And let's face it, that could have been on the cards, right? Between these two nations. The game itself went ahead, and everybody was worried about what was going to be on the field and in the crowd, what would be said on TV. But on the day, on the field, there was nothing but great sportsmanship between the Iranians and the Americans. There was nothing but great sportsmanship and macho love, or lots of good feel between the fans and the crowd, from the Iranians to the Americans. And the day passed without anything but a great sporting event for the world to see. It just goes to prove the power of the World Cup and how it can bring warring nations, or nations that hate each other's guts, closer together just for a short time. And remember, over time, wars per se in Africa have come to a ceasefire just because of the World Cup. That's the power of the World Cup. But take a look at this picture as we're floating out, and you'll realize that it was a great day for the Americans, a great day for the Iranians. It was a great day for the World Cup to show that warring people can come together. On the day, the final score, Iran 2, USA 1. I wonder what the score's going to be in the next game. Comment down below, guys. There's a little story for you on the fun facts. Another World Cup story. So great picture there, guys. Iran, USA, little bit of history from the fun facts, World Cup stories. Next show, pre-game, 3 games coming. 3 big games. Senegal taking on Holland. I'm taking Holland on that one. England taking on Iran. Favour England, but come on, Iran. Yeah. And Wales taking on the USA. That's going to be interesting. You got to think that the USA is the big team in there, but can Wales pop a surprise? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. There's the next pre-game. Come on back for more, guys. Game 1, day 1 at the World Cup is down. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Let's get ready for the next game. Cheers, guys.
The Ultimate Soccer Show. Join me, listen, you'll love it. Everybody does.